All right. Man, Rumble. What's going on? Okay, this is episode 331. Biden has tested positive for losing. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Internet Dad Show. So the thing is, I'm sorry about the delay here. So if you're watching on Rumble, you're starting the show like a couple minutes late because like it's taking a while for Rumble to even.
That's okay.
That it's my fault. I pushed the wrong button.
See,
I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. Let's make sure it's working.
Good morning, sir. What's up?
Good morning. Hold on just a second. Now. Oh my God, I've done it wrong again.
Do I need to come up with like a joke or something? Do I need to do a tap dance routine here for a minute?
Oh my God. Okay, now I've got it correct. Let's see if I have it right. No.
I got a joke if you want me to do it. Do I need to fill some time? Just give me a
Yeah. Do a joke.
That means fill time.
Do a joke.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hey, so I told my boss yesterday I needed a raise. 3 other companies are after me. He said, "Oh yeah, well, what other 3 companies?" I said, "Gas, electric, and cable." Oh, thank you. Be sure and tip your waitress. What are you doing?
Rumble is messed up, dude. The Rumble stream is broken, and it won't work right.
Show this morning.
Yeah, you do that. You do the intro.
Dads, the highly professional, greatly produced Internet Dad Show. We're so glad to see you this morning. I'm about to fire every single one of these audio engineers and these audio producers.
They're so terrible.
That are supposed to have this crap done, and they didn't have it done. Because JJ and I have been talking for about 6 minutes about some other random idiotic crap. But welcome to the show. If you want to join our Discord server, I was thinking yesterday about making a little video that we could put up, like a little short video that just kind of shows you what Discord is really quickly, because I know there's a lot of people that I talk to. I'm like, you should join our Discord server. And they're like, I don't know about Discord. And I remember the first time that I got on Discord, it was very kind of, I don't know. It was scary. I was like, I don't know what all this crap is, and I'm not learning it. It's so simple. It's so simple. It just looks confusing, but it's not.
Guess what? I got the stream working on Rumble.
Thank you.
Now we're starting. I got it right. All right. That's right. Yeah. The internet's 4 minutes slow this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today's episode is
what did we just do for
Biden tested positive for losing. Listen, nobody watches on YouTube, but if you're on Rumble, you now think that we did the show correctly.
See, and you think I'm crazy when I say that we skip timelines. You think it's crazy? There's actually,
according to the Rumble show, we are now totally correct and on time.
I've seen a couple of conspiracy theories come out in the last couple of, I don't know, weeks that the crazy people like me feel like that we've skipped another timeline. But here's the one, JJ. This is the one that might get you. They claim that in this timeline is the one that we're supposed to be in, where everything, the good is starting to take over. And good is starting to combat evil. And look what happened with Trump's ear, man. I was like, that's a good point.
The kind of the angle of timelines, that's a little bit fanciful thinking, a little fantastic, a little like,
no, it's not.
Imagine.
You're a
but no, allow me to do this. But this makes it an easy entry point for people. Yeah, but it makes it easier for people to have kind of an entry point to think about these things in a context other than literally divine intervention. Because,
I think it's not. I'm saying that's an apple and we've got a pear over here. I'm talking about pears and you're saying apples. They're very similar, and I don't disagree.
How can we have changed timelines? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you're not, and you will never understand. That's why I'm picking at you.
Oh,
If I try to explain the concept of time to you, what I think time is, and you would get bored and start looking at your phone halfway through.
Good morning, everybody on Rumble. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We dream me here at 8:00 in the morning, drink coffee, and talk about stuff. Okay, let's start. Here we go. So Joe Biden said yes.
You wouldn't think that we've been doing this show for 3 years.
Listen, it's not my fault, except I did the switch wrong. Other than that, it's not my fault. Restream put the switch in the wrong way, and then things did something. Didn't like it. It's wrong. I fixed it though. Don't worry about it.
Bourbon in here yet? Where's my bourbon?
Joe Biden said that he would drop out of the presidential race if a medical condition emerged. You know, otherwise he's in this. He's in it to win it. He's in it to win it.
Get anything serious like the flu or
right? Yeah, I mean, or who knows? There's all kinds of serious medical conditions, and I would not wish that on anyone. You know, much like I'm sure Democrats wouldn't wish violence on anyone.
Right.
And I certainly do not wish that Joe Biden gets ill or sick. I don't want that. In fact, I think I and many other people on the right and middle, and I don't even really consider myself on the right. I think I'm kind of right-leaning moderate. I don't know what you characterize me as. I think most of us want Joe Biden to stay in the race. You know, look, you started, you finish. That's how it is. That's how I feel about it. If I had some medical condition that emerged, if doctors came to me and said, you got this problem and that problem, Biden said, well, then in that circumstance, he might consider dropping out of the race. But otherwise, he's in it to win it. And then there was this announcement yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. We got a little video clip here for you. This is very important, sir. Please listen closely.
I was just on the phone with President Biden.
Oh my God, with the wrong screen.
Shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah.
In my hypothetical story where, you know, you have the different timelines, JJ, in another timeline, completely hypothetical story that I'm creating that we're brainstorming on. The president that got COVID in this country ends up dying from COVID.
Oh no.
And then that starts a whole new pandemic in the country.
Oh.
Isn't that a crazy story that I'm coming up with?
So
I hadn't got the ending.
Killed from like a bioweapon?
I don't know.
A COVID bioweapon, maybe?
We could brainstorm on it some more.
Earlier in the day, I guess immediately before announcing that he had tested positive for COVID, there was some footage of Joe Biden out there working the crowds and, doing what you got to do to win an election. You gotta meet people. You gotta let them know that you're a real person. You gotta interrupt their meal and possibly spread an infectious disease. Mr. President, get off my tacos, please.
When I was watching this, I was sitting there thinking, if I was sitting there, that looks like every Mexican restaurant in America, by the way. If you're from anywhere else, that really looks like that was in Benton at Los Amigos. And it's either the Friends, the Three Friends, the Windows, it's always, they're always named something similar.
Yeah.
And they have the exact same menu. It's 3 ingredients that's just prepared differently.
Oh, okay.
It really is. That is the American Mexican food. That's not real Mexican food. That's the American Mexican food.
I don't know.
Well, I was sitting there looking at that restaurant and thinking, and looking at the people in the back and looking at those people, and I was thinking, if I was sitting in the Mexican restaurant with Ashley and Joe Biden walked in, I would get the F up and leave. And if they tried to stop me, I would be like, I'm not going to be in this building with this man. he's not gonna come up to my
I would-
table. I don't want to be around him.
So that's like a sort of an active version of being dismissive of Biden. Whoa, almost dumped my coffee on my computer. There was a I guess a tweet or a video or whatever, and there was a story. It was a little while back, but there was Joe Biden doing one of these things where he goes into a restaurant and where he's campaigning or whatever, and this is how you should handle that sort of situation, Deacon. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right here. Here, look at this. This is from 2019.
I remember this. This is the one I was thinking of.
Joe Biden is standing right next to you, and you just ignore him. You just pretend he's not there.
Yep.
That's. I don't know what I would do. All I know is I would be like, bro, get off of my chimichanga. I don't want. Just. Can you social distance over there? All right. So Joe Biden's got COVID. Do you believe that Joe Biden?
No.
Okay. He posted on well, I say he didn't post, somebody posted for him on POTUS account. I tested positive for COVID this afternoon, but I'm feeling good and thank everyone for the well wishes. I'll be isolating as I recover and negotiate my golden parachute with the Democratic Party. So he's going up to Delaware and self-isolating because of COVID while the rest of the Democrats figure out who's actually going to run. He also posted here on Twitter, I'm sick. And you won't believe how much he got, how everybody on Twitter turned this into jokes like, we know, resign, we know, FJB. People were immediately replied with, yeah, we know about Ashley's diary, all that kind of stuff. We know you're sick, Joe Biden. All right, that's enough of that.
I'd like to know, Do Good's watching. I'd like
Hey,
to
Do
know
Good,
what
good morning.
he thinks about what's the German media and the what are they saying about the assassination attempt?
Yeah, is it even playing in the news over there?
I'm sure it is. I was watching a BBC thing where the anchor was going. I mean, the anchor was doing what U.S. anchors should be doing. She was analyzing everything and asking a bunch of questions, and that was really nice.
So, Do Good, if you let us know what the international community thinks about the assassination attempt, that would be super great. That would be very helpful. Deke, I told you off the air that I was working on sort of a game, kind of a game.
Yeah.
Not really a game, but I'm now tracking some information. I'm calling it Last Democrat Standing with Joe Biden. And what I'm doing here is I'm marking the date and the reason that every Democrat publicly denounces Joe Biden as the Democratic candidate. We currently have 23 in the House and one senator that have said, Joe, you got to quit. And I was thinking, the very center of the circle, the very last people standing would include people like Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi, the old guard establishment hags. And no. Actually, Adam Schiff has already said that
I wouldn't think that the inner circle would stand by you. They would be some of the first ones to
turn on you so quick.
Absolutely, because they want to preserve their power, not yours. They don't give a crap about you. They give a crap about what you can provide. And when you stop being able to provide, you're done.
Oh yeah.
That's how it works. That's how the world works with some people, man. Once you stop being able to provide to them, they're done with you. And that's that inner circle. That's the American, that's politicians, I guess, worldwide,
In the last day or so, I've had to add Rep. Adam Schiff, pencil neck the liar. He's the one that always they literally send this guy out to just tell things that are not true. He's told a newspaper that he will support whoever the nominee is, but he's called for Biden to drop out. I had to add Nancy Pelosi to the list. Reports are she's privately telling him to drop out. He can't win. He's destroying the Democratic Party. And there are some reports that perhaps Chuck Schumer, who has issued a non-denial denial that he's been asking Biden to drop out, but Chuck Schumer, he's not on the list yet, but he's going to be next on the list. So, folks, if you're out there and you're watching and you're wondering who is going to be the last Democrat to support Joe Biden, leave a comment in the description below. Maybe we'll play a game about it. Okay, that's my gag, Deke. We can do whatever you want now.
Oh, I like that. That's funny. I don't know what I don't remember what we had to talk about. Oh, I wanted to bring this up. I wanted to bring this up because I posted this in our Discord server yesterday, and I think we talked about it. Did we talk about the stocks, the short stock sales yesterday?
We mentioned it in passing, and you mentioned it on air, and I said, "Oh my God, that sounds like somebody did a short on DJT," which is, you sell it while it's high, and then expecting it to crash, and then you buy it back when it's low, and you're able to pay back the borrow.
So rehash for people that may have missed that and missed it entirely. What the internet has found is that there was a short stock sale on the company, on a particular, on the Donald Trump media, DJT. And it was 2 days before the assassination attempt, and it was an $8 million short stock sale and whatnot. It affected it $8 million. So the internet did as the internet does, and they found out that this is Austin Private Wealth Company that reportedly shorted 12 million shares of DJT with a filing date of July 12th, made a huge, huge bet that Trump's business's value would plummet. Guess who this company donates to? Just a few from their website. The ACLU, the ADL Austin, Shalom Austin, the Jewish Community Center, Camp Young Judea, Congregation Beth Israel, Austin Jewish Academy. So this is the company that bet against Trump media, that something miraculous within the next 2 or 3 days would cause Trump media to plummet. And if God would not have moved Trump's head, his Trump media would have plummeted.
Yeah,
the same
absolutely.
Thing happened. The same exact thing happened after 9/11. On like 9/10, September 10th, Boeing and American Airlines had the same thing happen. It was American Airlines. It wasn't Boeing. It was American Airlines and United.
Yeah.
It had the same thing happen. A company did the same thing. We ended up finding this out years later. Of course, you probably haven't heard about it. You may have, but this has just happened.
So it's not. It is. Okay. So it's suspicious.
It is very suspicious.
But it's not outside the realm of possibility. People make big bets all the time, and they do weird things. But however, it is an incredible coincidence.
I see that, but you're not a freaking idiot if you're investing in company and 12 million shares that is affecting like $8 million worth of stuff. You're not an idiot, and you're not going to take a huge bet on something like that, especially for the media company of the man that is skyrocketing to the presidency of the United States.
Right.
Why in logical reasoning would you jeopardize all of this money, all of these people, all of these shareholders, all of this whole thing for something like that?
So I can not
have inside knowledge.
Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be investigated. Like, this entire thing should be really investigated. Probably not by the Secret Service. Probably by maybe by several agencies.
And what sucks
but here's allow me
set up as an investigative.
Allow me to postulate a thing that can make sense. But not necessarily will. So prior to the shooting, Donald Trump had already been, on an up track, right? And Joe Biden had already been kind of on a down track, but things hadn't been hadn't been moving very much prior to the assassination. So it could make sense for somebody who's politically savvy enough to know that as election season goes on, the gap between candidates shrinks. That is the race tightens. People right now, you have people that are very enthusiastic on, well, at least on one side, and relatively enthusiastic on the other side. And as we get closer to the election, all the normies and middles will get in, and the race tightens. And when the race tightens, it can look like Donald Trump is losing support, when actually it's just more people feeding in the race tightening. But when it looks like Donald Trump is losing support, you can expect the market to react that way, as in, oh, he's losing support, so the market to bet on Trump will go down, or DJT would go down somewhat.
Right.
So
I see what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying, and I will say that's a possibility, but that's a bunch of horse shit is what that is. You would not jeopardize that much money for a short sale for the possibility
that is a lot of money
that it's going to go down. That is just, if you're doing that in the stock market, I don't trust you to give me back my change at McDonald's.
This is an example of what I'm talking about. So here's like back through June or whatever, you can see Trump is on the ascension. Now, right after the assassination attempt here on the 13th, you see he's jumped. But the general trajectory was more or less up. But you can see that Joe Biden's trajectory was also inclining. It was going up, right? So it's not unbelievable that somebody could make the bet that as things tighten, I can make a little bit of money by selling off some DJT stock and buying it back later. But
I think that's ludicrous, and not the good ludicrous. Yo,
is there a good ludicrous? All right,
I like ludicrous.
I don't know. It's suspicious. It's worth investigating, but it's probably like it's not. It's worth investigating.
I've got some good news for you, JJ. Maybe this is worth investigating. Maybe it's not. But hang on, let me close the ad here. Some good news is that a couple of American companies are getting reconstruction. They're getting reconstruction gigs over in Ukraine. Isn't that crazy how BlackRock and JP Morgan are going to rebuild Ukraine after they helped bomb it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say that out loud. Am I saying what I'm thinking again?
I don't know.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Ukraine Development Fund. Why? Is there money to be made there? Why? I'm a JP Morgan bank person.
When we invaded Iraq and when we went in and we bombed all the stuff and the oil fields were on fire and whatnot, and after we took over, our American companies came in to rebuild the oil fields and everything that we destroyed. And those companies were the companies that Dick Cheney used to be the vice president of. Remember that? You know that? And he was the vice president of the United States at the time, but he used to work for these companies that got the gig to come back and
that's
how it works.
That's what happens.
That's
how it happens. You acquire political power and then you buy your way into a company to cash in and make a bunch of money. That's what you do, or the other way around.
I mean, but America's not a corporation. I wanted to show this video and I can't find it now. I was going to post it, but I didn't because you posted it, and now it's not like they took it down or something. And it was the post of CNN. That post has been deleted. Damn it! It was the post of the CNN people talking about how Joe Biden having COVID. Or that if Joe Biden survived COVID, if he can get through COVID, it's the same as Donald Trump surviving.
Oh my God! Yes, that was. Let me
find it again because they deleted that post that you put.
They did delete that. Why did the post millennial delete that? That's strange. So, so basically, Joy Reid on MSNBC was like, if Joe Biden has COVID and recovers from it, American people ought to treat that the same as Trump getting shot in the head and standing up and bouncing back from it. And I think I don't know. I don't know why Post Millennial pulled that tweet though, unless there was perhaps something misrepresentative about it. Let me go over to there.
I'm trying to find it again, but
let's see.
Here we go. I think I found it.
Did you? I want to see this.
Oh no, I didn't. This is Joy Reid suggests Biden recovering from COVID is exactly the same thing as Trump's. Well, maybe this is it. Let's bring this up. Come on. Oh, it's not a video.
Hang on.
Good faces. Sorry.
Hang on. Let me look.
See if you can find it.
Here we go.
Okay, good.
I think I got it.
Do Good says that it's all over the news. Most media outlets are somewhat speechless that it came that far. Well, most Americans are speechless that it came that far, to be honest with you. But the media outlet is controlled by like 4 people over here. They own almost everything.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, mainstream media, sure, but we also have a vibrant and emergent independent media that is dispersed via X. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching cable news, for sure, you don't know what's going on in the world.
Well, all
at
the
all.
big major 3-letter news stations.
Yeah, CIA,
they're all
NSA,
owned by the same
BBC.
crap, and they're all controlled by government organizations. Don't get me into that. All right, let's go.
All right.
These 2 men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out.
By God, he was giving 9 seconds. By God, to take that photo.
And bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is a...
Listen, dumbass. He got shot in the head and he stood up and he was like, fight.
Whoever's saying this is one of those people that is beautiful with their words. They are picking out. If somebody has to pick out my words, that is perfect. Convey. That's perfect. A perfect word to use. Conveying.
Hang on. Let's see.
81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies,
even Psaki's like, you can't be saying this. Joy Reid's functionally retarded.
Exactly the same. I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
It should.
That dude in the middle.
He's like, how do I get out of this? Why are you putting me into this box? I don't want to.
That dude in the middle. My name's Paul, and this shit's between y'all.
Nah, I'm not co-signing this garbage. All right. Wow. Oh, hey, one more thing before we go, and I didn't have it ready, but apparently, President Trump's granddaughter Kai spoke at the RNC rally yesterday. And I thought we should just give it a listen, just for a second. I think you're gonna like it. Let's see.
I watched some RNC yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the JD Vance speech last night before I went.
I meant to, but I haven't had a chance to see JD Vance. I'm waiting for YouTube to load. Please be patient, internet people.
We saw his wife come out on stage, and Ashley was pissed off because she had her hair covering up like half of her face. She's like, she's getting on my nerves.
Really?
She's getting on. And that was in fact, Ashley wasn't listening to what she was saying. She was pissed off about her hair. And then about right at the beginning of her speech, she moved her hair behind her ear, and Ashley's like, I'm fine. I was like, that's hilarious.
That's what, listen, people care about different things, dude.
Yes, I guess so.
Here's Donald Trump Jr.
First time ever on a stage, first time ever giving a speech, I want to bring out my eldest daughter and the eldest granddaughter of the President of the United States, your favorite president, Kai Madison Trump.
All right. Okay. We'll skip forward here in a second.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kai Madison
Is Melania
Trump.
her mom?
I am the granddaughter of Donald Trump.
No.
No,
I'm speaking today to share the side of my grandpa that people don't often see. To me, he's just a normal grandpa. He gives us candy and soda when our parents aren't looking. He always wants to know how we're doing in school. When I made the high honor roll, he printed it out to show his friends how proud he was of me. I know. He calls me during the middle of the school day to ask how my golf game is going and tells me all about his. But then I have to remind him that I'm in school and I'll have to call him back later. When we play golf together, if I'm not on his team, he'll try to get inside of my head. I know. And he's always surprised that I don't let him get to me. But I have to remind him, I'm a Trump too.
This kind of stuff is super humanizing. This kind of stuff touches people that don't care about politics.
Through all these court cases, he always asks me how I'm doing. He always encourages me to push myself to be the most successful person I can be. Obviously, he sets the bar pretty high, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll catch him.
All right, we don't have to watch the whole 3 minutes, but
if you've got that, so post that link in our Discord chat. I want to watch the rest of that. We watched a lot of Donald Trump Jr. speak last night. And did you see what he said to CNN?
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah. I saw that a couple of days ago. I was like, you had it yesterday, I think.
Night. Did you see what he said last night at the RNC?
Oh, last night? No, I saw him the clown thing, but that was on day 1 or 2.
Oh, maybe that was on day 1 or day 2.
Let's see. I'm looking through yesterday's notes. Yeah, and I mean, I saw it, and it was being reported as a brutal takedown, but I was like, this is pretty much how he always talks to these people.
Yeah, but they don't have people that talk to them like that, you know. And when somebody talks to you like that, you're going to exaggerate a little bit. JJ talked to me like I've got somebody I used to work with that you could be like, you could just raise your voice like this and be really concerned about something, and you bitched them out.
Yeah,
he bitched me out today. No, I didn't. Or sometimes I'll say a cuss word. I'll be like, that damn thing, blah, blah, blah. Andy cussed me out today. What?
I saw a bit of a sharp contrast, and I don't have it handy, but somebody on X noted, hey, here's an A-B between Trump and his granddaughter on stage at RNC, eloquently talking about how he's, to you guys, he's the president, but to me, he's grandpa, and he's always been, great and good for us and stuff. And then on the other side of the picture was Joe Biden and his granddaughter with Hunter Biden that he does not acknowledge as his granddaughter, which is like, this is an exact metaphor for a man who, Trump, he's well-meaning or whatever, but he pretends to be braggadocious because it works in media. Maybe he is braggadocious, and maybe he is always promoting himself or whatever. But when it gets to his actual family, his inner circle or whatever, like that stuff doesn't matter. He's just, being grandpa. And on the other side of it, you have Joe Biden, a weak, feckless man who's always trying to present himself as a strong person. And to the extent where he doesn't even care that he has a granddaughter I'm not sure he's ever met. So
all right, I don't think I have anything else.
Any other you had that one kind of clip or story about the Mitt Romney thing. Yeah. And I also have a Frankenstein story. So please, if you don't mind, you want to tell me about the Mitt Romney thing?
I just wanted to, because Vice President, soon to be Vice President J.D. Vance spoke last night. He was a first-term senator, right? He wrote the book. He was a former Never Trumper. He wrote this book. It got made into a film, and he was a first-term senator. And so, you would think it's kind of a club when you get into politics. You become a first-term senator, and it's kind of like you're a freshman in high school all
You
over
got to be
again.
shown the ropes.
And the juniors and seniors are gonna pick on you and push you around and shove you into lockers and tell you stuff. And that's exactly what happened. So Mitt Romney told Vance in 2023, it's not like you're going to be famous and powerful. He told him he had some choice words for former President Trump's newly announced running mate, J.D. Vance, according to author McKay Coppens, who interviewed Romney extensively for his 2023 book, Romney, A Reckoning. I don't know if I can disrespect someone more than J.D. Vance, Romney told Coppens in a book excerpt that appeared in The Atlantic. Romney lambasted Vance for what Coppens described as his MAGA makeover during his successful 2021 Senate run in Ohio. Vance's star rose in 2016 when his book Hillbilly Elegy was published and shot up the charts as an explanation for white working-class voters' support for Trump. Previously a never-Trump moderate, Vance became an arch-conservative election denier who opposes nearly all exemptions to abortion bans. The intrigue? How can you go over a line so stark as that? And for what? Romney said. It's not like you're going to be famous and powerful because you became a United States senator. Ooh, that aged like milk, didn't it?
Meanwhile, Romney is now retiring because nobody wants to hire him for anything anymore. No, they don't want him as a senator. For me, Romney is the worst cardboard Republican that ever existed. He's despicable. So I also have a story about Frankenstein. It's not a story per se, but there's a book out there called Joe Frankenstein 3, and I backed it this morning. So he looks a lot like Mitt Romney, but it's actually Frankenstein. This is by Graham Nolan and Chuck Dixon, creator of Bane from the comic books. And
I should say, why do I know that name?
Graham Nolan created Bane from Batman. Yeah. And Chuck Dixon is a legendary writer. I think this is the cover that I got. So I think the campaign ended yesterday, and I was like a day too late because I keep putting things off and forgetting to do stuff. But anyway, I'm back.
Hey, I got a couple of independent comic guys that I will send you. They're kind of local guys, but they've got some stuff, and I've seen them a couple of times at these little mini cons that are out promoting their stuff. So you like to support the independent comet guys, so I'm going to give you their names and stuff.
I'll check it out. I actually ordered 2 copies of a book called hold on, let me see what it was. I forget what it was called. I ordered 2 copies and I was going to send you one. I'll tell you about it tomorrow because I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. Oh, what's that? Oh, did you actually back something? What is that? Oh, is that ISOM? Did you get it?
Look, it's been up there. I've never taken it out of this
plastic
bag.
Yeah, ISOM. Yeah, I got ISOM 1 and ISOM 2, and I remember backing it because at the beginning of that campaign, it was like, oh look, people that don't want woke media have there's a way to go. The actual product is not so great in terms of like.
I want to get that rated. I want to get this rated. How much does it cost?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how much it costs to get a book rated, but you do have it autographed, and
yeah, it's autographed, so it's not going to be perfect. But, it's never been out of. I've never touched it. I've never touched it with my hands. So whoever put it in the bag
is downstairs. Let me see what I.
And at one point, this was worth like $2,500.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the A cover autograph, and I don't know how much it's worth now.
Well, these been
probably not worth that much now.
The I will tell you the value has decreased somewhat. So, here it is.
Yeah, no, it's
I have a copy of Jaeger Bomb that I let's see. I'm going to show you this. I have a copy of Jaeger Bomb that I got for you. I bought 2 of them. I was going to send one to you. but it's about a luchador that fights a Godzilla type creature. Yeah, and I have its autograph too, so I'm gonna send that to you. All right. We're gonna have to cut out early because I gotta take my kids somewhere. Do you want to do music?
Yeah, your song this week, I didn't get to do one yesterday, but your song this week is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance by Gene. It's been covered by several other people. That's an old song. So if you've never heard them, I'll put it up in the Discord server and go and check it out. All right, let's do our jokes. Every day at the end of the show, we do jokes, and JJ has a hilarious joke.
It's good. Let me get the audience ready. What do you get?
I think we should do a little game to where we have to try to make the other one laugh. Like it's your point to not.
Oh,
you're trying.
Well, I'm pretty sure you would win because I do laugh at your jokes, even though you do not, reciprocate.
You have some good jokes.
What do you get when you mix a cat and a lemon? Oh, you got it.
The reason I don't laugh at a lot of your jokes is because I know the answer to a lot of your jokes. So I had this bodybuilder friend that died, and when he died, he left me all of his protein.
Oh,
yeah. When there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, that's good. If you know about protein powder.
I probably should have said, when there's a will, there's some way.
Yeah. All right, folks. We're in short today. Thanks for watching on rumble.com/internetdads. And also follow us follow me on Twitter. I'm now the Internet Dads on Twitter. I changed my handle. So except not in the description, so I messed that up. So yeah. Here's the outro.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter